Hey everybody, welcome to Shifted, where we're going to unpack some of the major points that were jammed, and I do mean jammed, into the Debunked Truth video. Which, by the way, if you've not seen that, make sure that you text Stay Bold to 51555, and you're going to get that debunked as well as all of the others for free. It's a gift that we want you to have. But for now, hang on, because we are going to unpack and challenge that concept that there is no such thing as truth. Here's a simple question. How tall do you think I am? Now, I'm a nice guy, so I am going to help you. I'm going to give you a clue, but I don't think it's going to help you very much. I can stand eye to eye with most NBA guards. So what do you think? 6'3"? No. 6'4"? Nope. 6'5". Not even close. You see, the truth is I'm actually 12.5 foot tall. That's my truth. Now, you're sitting there saying, you're joking. No, I'm not joking. That is my truth. And I can actually prove it to you, because take a look. Here's my ruler. You see, I'm measuring myself, and I'm 12.5 foot tall. Now you're thinking, well, that's not right. And I'm saying, no, that is right. You see, this is my standard. This is my measurement. I use this to measure everything in my life. You're telling me that, well, that standard doesn't measure up to the rest of the world's standards. And I'm saying to you, so what? Who cares? This is my standard. I base my decisions in my life on my measurement. You don't like it? Doesn't bother me. You see, I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to jam your ruler down my throat, you ruler phobe. That's measurementism. Man, are you a hater? Now look, I don't believe that. But by the way, isn't that what we see in the world today? If somebody disagrees with you, they call you some sort of a phobe or a hater to try to shut us up. And my question is, why is that? Why do we allow that to happen? Because under the standard that everybody has the right to their own truth, why can't I have my truth? Why can't I have this as my standard? So the question is, how do we know which truth is actually true? And that's a really good question. Anytime that we're dealing with height and weight or anything like that, we need to have something that's called a standard referent. And that standard referent is very important to know if we're using the same language. This simply means that we need some place that contains all of the standards, all of the measurements that the world has agreed upon. And guess what? There is such a place. It's like a museum, and you can go and visit it. It's just outside of Paris, France, and it's called the International Bureau of Weights and Measures. If you want to see what the world has agreed upon as far as the inch and the meter, the liter, the foot, the pound is, this is the place for you. And I got to tell you, it's kind of like a playground for math and science nerds. It's not really for me, but if you want to see it, you can go see it. You see, at least 60 developed nations have agreed that these are the official weights and measures. These 60 countries have said, in essence, okay, you are the authority. We are giving that decision to you. You have decided, you have defined what these measurements are. You're the experts, and we acknowledge that. Your authority transcends ours in this area. Well, the same way that we are constantly looking for a standard for the everyday life decisions that we make, we also consciously or unconsciously are looking for a standard when it comes to truth. And when I say truth, I'm talking about absolute moral truth. And that's just another way of saying principles of what is right and wrong. And absolute moral truth is something that is right or wrong for all people, in all times, in all situations. A good example of that would be murder and rape. Well, at least it used to be a good example. Later on, I'm going to show you that there are actually people that believe murder and rape are nothing but biological functions. So, hey, you can't hold that against somebody. That's just the way that they're wired. But for the most part, most people are still going to say murder and rape is wrong in all circumstances, all situations, at all times. This leads to another question, though. Who decides what's right and wrong? Why? Why is it right? Why is it wrong? Is it you? Me? The government? Trust me, you do not want the government deciding what is right and wrong. I worked for the federal government for over 24 years, and the last thing that you want to give over to them is the ability to tell you what truth is or what is right and wrong. And next time we get together, I'm going to give you some examples of laws that the government has made to prove my point that we don't want them in control of this issue. But for now, remember the point of this discussion. Every one of us has a standard. Everybody uses something to determine whether something is right or wrong. And for a Christian, let's be honest, in a world that's gone crazy, sometimes we can lose focus. It has gone crazy. So in order to get back in control, you and I need to find out and determine what our standard is going to be. Next time, we're going to flesh out absolute moral truth. We're going to discuss what is it, why does it matter, and who cares. You should, by the way. But until then, stay bold, and as my brother Bub always says, adios.